Hey guys, May Flom here, and I'm here with look at this beautiful thing. This is a Traveler's Notebook cover. Now, if you're not familiar with Traveler's Notebooks, or you've heard it and you don't really get it, you don't travel, so you don't think you need one, I want to make this video here just to share with you some ideas, some thoughts, and also show you how I use them, because I've been using them since before I even knew there was a word for them. So, this particular one is by Prima. And the way that this one came, it came the cover here, including the rubber band. And I love that it's got its little strap here and everything. It's all nice. So it came just like this, and it's got a little loop here for a pen. And it came with 2 notebooks. Notebooks are totally blank, so you could do anything you want. These notebooks can come out, so you can take them on the road. You can take them individually if you just want to take one little notebook. If you fill one up and you want another one in, you could put that in here. There's a lot of reasons to really love this style of little notebook, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about in this video. So first of all, they are called Traveler's Notebooks because once upon a time, you know, the very original setup one was known as a Traveler's Notebook. But the name can be misleading because while it is another form of planning, of note keeping, of journaling, art journaling. You could do anything you wanted in here. And this particular one from Prima, I'm really happy with. It's really sturdy, and not only is it beautiful, but it's really sturdy. And you can see here in the front, you have all these little pockets. And so if you wanted to do things like, let's say you wanted to keep some stickers, you could tuck some stickers in here. You could set this up so that this could be on the go. So let's say for me as a mom, maybe I'm going to orthodontist appointments, maybe I'm waiting a lot at school pickup. I could tuck this full of little paper bits, stickers, whatever I've got that I think I might want to use in here. I can just tuck into these little pockets, okay, and keep them here. And then when I'm ready to use them, pull them out, use them, replace them with more, and so on and so forth. And by the way, these little ephemera bits are coordinating with the little notebook here. These are also by Prima, and same with the stickers. And I think they're just lovely. But I like the idea of I could tuck little bits and pieces. If I had little paper clips, if I had not washi tape on a roll, but maybe some washi tape strips, I could put those in here. Whatever I have that I want to be able to create with on the go, I can put right here. And I really like that for a couple of reasons. Number one, if I take this and go, as the name suggests, travel on a journey, everything I need, I took a pen in here, and everything I need, I can just go travel, just like this. Put this in my suitcase or in my purse, and I'm gone. I'm doing my thing. Okay, and I do really like that because it's minimalist. It's minimalist. You don't need a lot of stuff. You don't need a whole bunch of things to go and have a good time and document a trip. So you can use it that way. And because these notebooks are blank, you can indeed put photos, put ephemera, write down the stories of your travels. Absolutely. But guys, these are blank notebooks. And by the way, you can purchase notebooks that are lined, that have grid. There are so many that have different color covers, that are different sizes. Oh my goodness, there are so many things you can do. But for me, what I want to talk to you about is the concept of the blank notebook in the folder. You don't have to actually have the cover to make it work, because obviously we can just take beautiful little blank notebooks anywhere. And I'm really liking this trend in notebooks for a couple reasons. Number one, by the time I fill one of these up, I'd be pretty much done with whatever the ideas, whatever the thoughts were in my head that I started with. So I like that it's a good size, and when I'm ready to recycle it, when it's full and I'm done with it and I'm ready to recycle, it's minimal size. It can go anywhere. It doesn't feel wasteful. They're inexpensive. There's a lot of reasons to like these little notebooks. Together, one way that I've used these is one of them I filled with travel plans, restaurants, reservations, suggestions, things to see, walking tours. I mean, absolutely, phone numbers, everything. One of them I completely filled with every detail I ever wanted for my travel. And the second one was blank. When I went on my trip, there were a few little stickers and things. And what I did was, referenced the one, here's all my tips and tricks. The other one wrote down what was happening, what we were doing, our adventures, and so on and so forth. So that when I got home, those two journals together became my travel journal that I then took and just saved so that I could reference when I wanted to go and make my big scrapbook with all my pictures and stuff. I did that. Do you have to do it that way? Of course not. There's many ways. I'm just trying to give you a taste of how I do it. So let me share with you now how I'm actually going to use this one, because you can, like I just said, use it for travel. You could use it for general note taking. I'm someone who likes to write a lot of ideas down, and it helps me to visualize stuff, and my ideas are not always pretty. For example, I'm starting to try to figure out what I want to do for this Disney Shadow Box project, and that sketch to anyone but me just looks like a whole bunch of rectangles and nonsense. But combined with the words and what I know I was kind of trying to explain to myself here, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing here. So for me, being able to sketch stuff out a lot of times helps my mental process. One of these notebooks can be fantastic as whether you're a scrapbooker, a card maker, a quilter, whatever kind of crafter, but it could work great as your creative outlet where you sketch out your ideas or jot your ideas down when you've got them. Scrapbookers, you think of a story you want to tell, write it down real quick in the journal. Bloggers, you're trying to, you think of an article you must write, jot it down. What I've got going on in this one is I'm going to have a month here where I don't actually have a regular calendar planner. And the reason that happened is I switched brands of calendar style planner that I use for the family, and it ends the way that it ends, I switched from a brand that starts on July 1st to a brand that starts on August 1st. So there's from July 1st to August 1st. There just isn't a calendar. And that's okay, because what I'm going to do is actually use this as my business planner for the month of July. And what I've started with here, I wrote down this week, and then I started writing down plans and things I need to do, things I want to do here. Okay, and then as I showed you this one, and then as I'm brainstorming, there's some thank you notes I want to send to Camp Scrap sponsors. So I added a few little bits and pieces. This is wholly unnecessary, but I like sometimes when I'm working in a blank notebook at a corner or on a spot to add a little color, and little die cuts and things like these. I mean, it makes it so easy. You just take one of these and pop it in, and it just adds a little spark of color. I'm also making notes. You know, if I'm inspired by a sticker, slap it in here. Make my notes. Like, I'm talking about how I'm so inspired by everything that people have been sharing with me in comments on my blog and everything. And I'm just reminded to share what I'm doing, which is why instead of making this something really fancy, I'm sharing with you what I'm actually doing with it. And so what I'm going to do with this is, as I go along, if I have anything that's like this date, this must happen, it'll go here on the front page. And then as I go along, you know, the 8th through the 14th, I like just doing 7 days at a time. So let's see, let's go with Happy Day. And then I can just add in, and by the way, guys, if you want to get real specific with a ruler, with grids, all that, you are welcome to. Here's what I'm finding. For me, if it's just me looking at these things, let's see, that would be what? 8th through the 14th? I think so. Close enough. So July 8th through the 14th, I'll write the date down, and then all I'm going to do is just make a couple little boxes. And as I come up with things I have to do during that week or that I want to accomplish during that week, I'll just add them on there. And then I know this is the page that I reference, and I can just keep going along. I was thinking about, I've got these really cool stamps, and I was thinking about how I could make something fun and watercolory with them, or what design I would do. And they're not corner stamps, but I'm kind of thinking if I did one corner, but then like added like a few embellishments, but then mount it. I'm going to use those big stamps ASAP. Now see, you won't see me share. I don't share my doodles and my sketches normally here on YouTube or on my blog because they're not pretty. But I want to share them with you and here with you in this video because I want to make the point that you don't have to keep a beautiful notebook. You don't have to keep one of these like museum worthy, everything is just so. The more important thing is, what are you getting done? If you get it done better having everything just so, then that's great. But me, that doesn't improve my productivity. That doesn't affect my productivity. So for me, if I can instead just make little sketches, and I'm going to put a note to myself here. What stamps have I not used? Because I want to know. What stamps have I not used? I need to know that. So I'll leave myself notes like this. I'll make myself to-do lists. I'm not going to make a calendar in this because I do have one calendar that covers through the whole year. So anything that's like, I don't know, an orthodontist appointment, a dentist, whatever, those things can go on the one calendar. This is more for my creative stuff. So what I'm going to do here is sometimes it's going to be little sketches. Sometimes it's going to be notes to myself. Sometimes I'll journal out thoughts and ideas. Like right now I'm working on a concept, plan for the holidays. And you guys, if you watched this video this far, guess what? You just got a sneak peek because Plan for the Holidays is going to be a live event and I've been working on it mentally. Now it's time to get it in here. I need to think about budget. I need to think about how much each different make and take is going to cost me to make so that I can figure out how much I have to charge. I usually, guys, I'll be honest with you, when I teach classes in person, I usually do not make money at all, ever, but I need to make sure that I don't lose money, you know, that we charge just enough so that people's supplies are covered and everything like that. Because I do it for the love of it. I love to teach. So then, but then as a version of that though, can we make an online version? Should it be a free blog? Should it be a video series on YouTube? Should it be an online class? I don't know. I'm going to have to work out the logistics, and that's exactly what I do. I will sit here and doodle and scribble and play because guess what? It's a blank notebook. It's an inexpensive notebook. This is not some notebook that's going into a museum. I can doodle, add stickers, add fun, do whatever I want to do that helps me. Okay, whether it's creatively plan, whether it's have a book. If specifics work for you, things like, let's take this book and let's just put all our scrapbook ideas and sketches and let's plan out that album and plan out that project. If I do that, then guess what? Whenever I open this up, whether I'm at a crop or at home, I can open this up and there's all my ideas and my starting points. And I don't have to worry about being inspired. It's already been, the work's been done for me. For me personally, I do a more general creative thing where, you know, right now I'm thinking about Plan for the Holidays and how I'm doing my online version, how I'm going to do a version in, it's actually going to be in Dixon, California, and I actually have to call the store and set up the date for it. What projects are going to be there. So for me, it works out well to kind of have an ever-flowing mess explosion, basically my weird creative brain out onto paper. It works really well. But having this system so that when I do fill it up, when July's over, this thing will definitely be full and this thing can just be popped right out and a new blank one popped right in. I absolutely love that. And I absolutely love that it doesn't have to be for this one way that I do it. This could be my Girl Scout leader book. This could be my travel planner. This could be so many things. And because of the multiple straps and the way this is set up, this could be multiple things. I could have multiple little notebooks to keep myself really organized, but still really compact. And that, my friends, is why I love the Traveler's Notebooks. That is what I love about them. That is why I use them so very, I rely heavily on these things. And this one in particular, it sure is a beauty. And I'm excited that it's going to be a part of my everyday life. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, future requests, anything at all, feel free to leave me a comment or shoot me an email. I hope you have a wonderful week. Plan on seeing me again here with more ideas real soon.